Good morning. I have some big stories coming out of Washington, D.C., and I want to jump right into them with you. Thank you for joining me. After President Trump agreed to 3 different debates, Vice President Kamala Harris has continued to be difficult, proving that she is scared to debate Trump. Now, in response, Trump has reverted to claiming he'll either do one debate on Fox or none at all. This is incredibly sad to say, but we may not get an actual debate between the 2 presidential candidates. If this is the case, Fox will likely host their own discussion with Trump, and ABC News, George Stephanopoulos, the softball questions for Kamala Harris. Now, this is part of democracy, debating, letting us know where you stand on issues. I think that this is a bad move. I know Trump would like to have one conservative network, but he's going to end up with nothing. And this is how they're going to win, is by doing a from the basement campaign, just like they did with Joe Biden. So this is a fine line that I think Trump needs to be cautious on. Now, thankfully, people on Kamala's side have finally started to call her out. During a new episode of his podcast, left-leaning sports media personality Stephen A. Smith stated, "I'm talking to my sister here. Come on now, you're running for the presidency of the United States of America. You got my vote. You're running for the presidency of the United States. What are you hiding for? I mean, hiding in plain sight? Someone's got to say it. Somebody's got to say it." He then calls her out and says, "You owe it to the American people to either stand on your record with Joe Biden or defend it against Donald Trump. But either way, he's saying you've got to go forward and you have got to debate Donald J. Trump." Now, while the presidential candidates may not debate, J.D. Vance and Tim Walz have both agreed on October 1st to do a debate with ABC News. Now, isn't that funny? Republicans, they always give in to Democrat demands, whether it's in the House of Representatives or the Senate or presidential and vice presidential debates. Now, following the announcement, J.D. Vance stated, "The American people deserve as many debates as possible, which is why President Trump has challenged Kamala to 3 of them already. Not only do I accept the CBS debate on October 1st, I accept the CNN debate on September 18th as well. I look forward to seeing you at both." So J.D. Vance, dude, this guy's not afraid of anything. He'll go anywhere. He'll say anything. He'll debate in front of any audience. But he knows his track record stands and that he will demolish Tim Walz when it comes to debating. Now, as Tim Walz continues to get ripped apart due to stolen valor accusations, he has attempted to shift the negativity towards Trump by mocking him for claiming that Harris is using AI to make her crowds look bigger. During a rally in Detroit, Walz stated, "I assure you in Detroit, that wasn't AI. I also assure you that everyone on the ballot they're going to cast will not be AI." So, yeah, maybe you guys didn't do AI in Detroit, but you certainly did it at the previous 2 rallies, and you got busted. You're a bunch of deceptive liars that can't get people to come out because nobody's excited about what you're doing. Now, while Tim Walz tries to ridicule Donald Trump over something so trivial, more concerning information about him has surfaced. In 1995, at the age of 30, Walz was arrested for drunk driving and speeding while intoxicated. His campaign later attempted to downplay the incident, citing his military service as an excuse for failing a sobriety test. Excuse me. They claimed that his hearing loss from serving in the National Guard caused his imbalance, not alcohol, not intoxication. However, court records reveal that Tim Walz pled guilty to reckless driving with a blood alcohol content of 1.28 at the time of his arrest. So it looks like this lying thing has been a part of his political career for a very long time. Now, I don't have respect for people that drink and drive. I believe that's incredibly reckless. And then to try to, again, use your military service to cover up for your bad behavior. I mean, come on. stolen valor and using your military as a pass for bad behavior. Terrible, terrible move, Tim Walz. All right, now I have some big stories, but first, today's sponsor. Do you owe back taxes? Pandemic relief is now over. Along with hiring thousands of new agents and field officers, the IRS has kicked off this year by sending out 5 million pay up or else letters to Americans with unfiled tax returns or balances owed. Don't waive your right and speak with them on your own. They are not your friend. Tax Network USA, a trusted tax relief firm, has saved over $1 billion in back taxes for their clients, and they can help you secure the best deal possible. Now, whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million, they can help you. Whether it's business or personal taxes, even if you have the means to pay or you're on a fixed income, they can help you resolve your tax burden once and for all. Call 800-245-6000 for a free private consultation or visit tnusa.com/Gardner. They're an amazing company. Now, listen to this. Conservative news host Bill O'Reilly has just split big time with former President Donald Trump on his mass deportation plan of illegal immigrants after he's elected. During an interview with News Nation, Bill O'Reilly stated, "It's impossible. As soon as Donald Trump orders federal marshals or whomever to remove people from their property, the ACLU and everybody else will file lawsuits, and the federal courts will stop it. It will take 10 minutes to stop it." Now, instead, Bill O'Reilly argued that Trump should sign an executive order requiring all illegal immigrants to register with the United States of America. Now, to be fair, there might be a point to this. Make everybody expose where they are. Now, under the U.S. Constitution, immigrants do have the right to a fair trial. They also have protection against unreasonable searches, which means it would be difficult to just round people up and send them away. If he wanted this to happen, Trump would likely need both branches of Congress on his side, and we know he won't be able to get the Democrats. Now, let me know over in the comments, what do you think? Do you think Trump will be able to carry out the largest mass deportation in American history? I don't know. A few ideas that I have is the first thing you could do, even if you don't arrest them, round them up, pay to ship them out of the country, is cut off their benefits. They have the right to plead their case in front of a judge, but they don't have the right for our tax dollars to support a luxury lifestyle. So get them out of the free hotels, get them off of the food stamps, get them out of the schools. Most of them will probably say, hey, listen, I can't make it here without a job. I'm going back to my home country. The other thing is, if nothing else, your first order should be to round up all of the criminals. Get them out of here. And if you commit any kind of crime while you're in the United States of America and you're an illegal immigrant, boom, immediately kicked out for 5 years, 10 years, the rest of your life, something like that. Right now, Kamala Harris and Biden are dangling a golden carrot. Come to America. Free food, free school, free lawyers, free cell phone, food stamps, free hotels, free housing. You remove all of the free and say, on your own dime and on your own time, you can stand in front of one of our judges. We will support you. You cut off the benefits, they will move themselves out. So while I don't fully agree with Bill O'Reilly, he does bring up a point about the fact that you've got all these crazies that will file lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. Instead, remove the incentive. The fact that they're getting better benefits than veterans and seniors, people that are on disability, it just makes my blood boil. But I do think you've got to cut off the incentive. Get rid of that golden carrot. All right, let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. Get the criminals out. You commit a crime, get out, remove the incentives, and they will move themselves out. You guys are saying stop the freebies, take away the benefit. Okay, yes, right? Like it, like think about this. People that go on unemployment, right? Some of them, they're out there looking for a job right away. Some of them are saying, hey, I'm going to milk this and get a check until I have to. Others, they're faking job appointments, right? But as soon as you cut off those benefits, people go out, they find a job, right? So anyway, milking those benefits, which is paid for by us, the American taxpayer, that would solve a lot of the problems all on its own. All right, now on the other side of the aisle, Breitbart News has reported that Kamala Harris is set to announce her plan to enact policy to combat price gouging. In its truest form, price gouging is the act of inflating prices on essential products and services during a crisis. While these plans may sound good, it's just another way for her to shift the blame of her bad economy back onto corporate America, right? So on the one hand, they say, don't raise your prices. On the other hand, they say, you got to pay your workers more money. Well, how do you get more money? You raise your prices, right? I don't like the price increases. I'm sure you don't like the price increases, but they're wanting it both ways. Pay people larger amounts of money and then lower your prices. Like it can't happen. There has to be a balance. But remember, most people in Congress have never run a business. So for them, they think that there is unlimited amounts of money, but it's our money. It's our money. Now, Democrats love to address the symptom of problems and not the cause. This is why things continue to get worse. And once you bring in the progressive, farthest left-leaning Democrats, then they just want socialism, 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 and everything gets worse. Now, a major factor affecting the economy is Biden's strict policies on traditional energy. Now, unlike VP Harris, Trump promises to address the root causes of the economic issue. Energy is essential for both manufacturing and transportation, which means higher energy costs leads to higher everything costs. At a recent rally, Donald Trump stated, I am announcing today that under my leadership, the United States will commit to the ambitious goal of slashing energy and electricity prices in half. How are they going to do that? They're going to frack. They're going to drill. They're going to extract as much natural gas and oil and produce as much electricity as possible. But you can only do this through production, right? Like energy is physical. You have to go get it. You have to go make it happen. It's not just going to happen like the Biden administration is hoping and praying will happen. On top of that, Trump is saying, oh my gosh, communist Kamala is going to lead us to a communist revolution. They're trying to do price fixing. It's illegal. They're trying to do price capping. That is communism. You have to allow the free market. If things become too expensive, companies lower their prices. We see this with cars. We see this with everything. But let me roll a clip so that you can see exactly what Donald Trump had to say.
Had mortgage rates at around 2%, close to 2%, and they're now at 10%, and you can't get a mortgage. So, which really kills the American dream for young people. Young people are being devastated by what they've done to our country. Grocery prices have skyrocketed. Cereals are up 26%. Bread is up 24%, butter is up 37%, baby formula is up 30%, flour is up 38%, and eggs are up 46%, and many items are up at much higher rates than that. Now Kamala is reportedly proposing communist price controls. She wants price controls, and if they worked, I'd go along with it too, but they don't work. They actually have the exact opposite impact and effect. But it leads to food shortages, rationing, hunger, dramatically more inflation. Their Inflation Reduction Act, by the way, was a disaster. It's what caused the inflation. Their Inflation Reduction Act was a con job. They actually admitted that it wasn't really for inflation that they did it.
All right, right. The two big I's, illegal immigration and inflation. And illegal immigration is leading to more inflation. So President Trump is correct that they've got to get energy under control. You cannot do price fixing, but you've got to bring down the cost of energy, bring down the cost of other things, allow the free market to do what it does best, which is dial in the correct price, or else a competitor comes in, right? And undercuts and lowers prices. So we've got to have a free market. We've got to have an appropriate capitalistic market, right? Now, we can't let Wall Street cheat their way to higher profits. I agree with that. But, you know, to say that grocery stores are gouging when they only make on average around a 2% margin, you know, these people, they just don't understand, but they've got to get the energy down, right? More affordable gas, more affordable food, more affordable everything. Now, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is inflation and illegal immigration the two big things on your mind? They are on mine. I mean, those are, I see as, like, if I were to pick the top 5 issues, I would definitely say that illegal immigration and inflation are my 2 biggest worries when it comes to this new election. And I do not see Kamala Harris getting things corrected. I see us in deeper war and deeper debt and our bills more expensive. That's just, as I study the economy and this current administration, that is what I see. All right, now speaking of which, did you know, this is big, the Harris-Walz election campaign has been caught cheating and lying. The Harris election team secretly spent tens of millions of dollars on fake news stories to make Kamala Harris look good. In addition to buying off influencers on the internet at $10,000 a post, Kamala Harris ordered her marketing team to create positive news articles and headlines to be posted on Google next to all of the other searches that you do. They would come up and you would see what you were searching for, but then you would see a really positive headline about Kamala Harris, right? And they were lying. Now, Google knew that they were lying, but they said, wait a minute, so that we don't get in trouble with the FEC, down below in the teeny print, it says paid sponsorship, something like that, right? So these guys were literally drumming up positive news about a negative candidate. And then in tiny print, they were saying sponsored, right? Do not fall for it. They are using AI to fake photos, AI to fake rallies. They're using fake headlines. They're buying off influencers and people in Hollywood. It's crazy, right? Someone over here said, you could give me $10,000 to say something nice, right? Like, that's what's happening. That's what's happening is they're going to these influencers and they're saying, I'll give you $10,000 to say something nice to your massive audience, right? Like Pfizer offered me $30,000 to tell you guys to get their shot. You know what I told them? I told them, heck no. I'm not going to do that. Get out of my life. Please, please. Oh, please just tell your people. I said, I didn't even get the shot. I'm not going to tell someone else to get a medical procedure. Anyway, just beware. We are living in a time of propaganda. And these people that you think are saying nice things about Kamala Harris, they are bought and paid for by the elect Harris group. So do not be scammed. But this is deceptive tactics, and shame on Google for allowing it. Now, lastly, it appears new evidence is coming forward that Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine paid for and ordered the bombing of the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. According to the news story that was leaked, the CIA learned of the plot that Zelensky had of blowing up Vladimir Putin and Russia's gas pipeline into Germany, and they tried to stop Zelensky. However, he went behind their back and ordered the hit job. Now, the CIA has been lying, covering up for Zelensky. Why? So as to not provoke and anger Russia even more, but also because they betrayed Germany. Like, how stupid would you guys feel if your energy prices were up 500%, 700%, 1,000%, and then the German government took your remaining tax money and sent it to Zelensky? It would literally be like paying the person that destroyed the gas lines in your house. I mean, like, it makes me insane what they are doing. Now, ex-CIA Larry Johnson, in an interview I released last night, please go watch that. It was one of my best interviews ever. He says to be cautious about this story. Whenever the CIA says that they were covering up for something, they were likely covering up for something else. So I don't know how much of this story is true and how much of it is just to remove Volodymyr Zelensky, but NATO wants this war with Russia. NATO will do anything to keep this endless war going. And so they might even be making this up. However, there may be some truth to this. Now, guest Mike Benz, one of our new show favorites, said on Twitter, the CIA had no idea the Russians did it. The White House told us, the State Department told us the whole time they knew they were lying. They knew they were lying. They knew they were lying. But it's all about deception. And so he says, we are being deceived on a scale that we have never seen before. So between the CIA, the White House, and the Harris election campaign, lie after lie after lie. Every day, you have to have mental strength. They are lying to you. Now, I personally believe the Cy Hirsch story that Biden, the CIA, and the U.S. Navy blew this up. They're covering it. Now they're throwing Zelensky under the bus. Either way, either Zelensky betrayed Germany and we lied to protect Zelensky, or we betrayed Germany and we lied to protect Zelensky. Either way, the United States government screwed over our partners in Germany. Pretty dang sad. All right, let me read these. Be kind, stay humble. Thank you so much for the super chat. Cynthia Miller, thank you guys so much for the super chat. All right, I'm getting ready to jump on for a pre-interview with an incredible guest that I'm excited to bring on. Please give this video a like because it helps me out so much. It tells YouTube and Rumble to share this video with others. Also, hit that subscribe button. We're on our way to 1.8 million amazing truth seekers. Hey, I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video.